So Lil V, what is this attitude all about that you are the best contributor to Indian music and are you so cocky about it?
No,
What about MC Stan?
so MC Stan has definitely made a mark. He went to Big Boss. He's famous. People know about it. But when you talk about indie music, what has he done? You know, just one song, okay, and that too. That song is only limited to Maharashtra, Marathi-speaking people, maybe the outskirts of Dharavi, and people living in Dharavi. See, my music is not just for people in Dharavi. It's like more of a global. That is why my streams are happening more out of India than in India, and that is why I switched to more of Hindi. So motorcycle, Banjara, you see there are lakhs and lakhs of streams out there.
100%. So how is your music impacting more to the masses than the regular mass producing, artists like Honey Singh, Badshah?
So that's a very good question. Like you talked about masses. So masses, when you say it's not just related to Maharashtra or India, it's the world. And the objective has always been to reach out. The coverage, if you say, is more of a global coverage. Then only you can break the limits. Now you see Hanuman kind. He's a dude who came from outside. He's not even Indian. He did something. It's picked up. So everybody is listening to Hanuman kind. So it's nothing like that. So the thing is, my music is more streamed in Venezuela, Colombia, United States, Nigeria, all my English songs. But now when it comes to my Hindi songs that I'm focusing on, it's more for the Indian crowd, for the Indian janta. Like you have a motorcycle, you have Banjara, you have Pyar Ki Baat. So these are very, very commercial Hindi, which every Indian, Hindi-speaking Indian can relate. Again, for the non-Hindi speaking, there is always English, and of course there is Spanish, and
But then how does that make you the best contributor to indie music or you say Indian music? How is
so basically, with regards to indie music, I would say that indie is anything that is independent, regardless of the language. And music has no Despacito. Every Indian sings Despacito. Qualidad is more famous in non-Spanish-speaking countries than in Latin America or any Spanish-speaking countries. But you see, because of what you said, then how is your contribution? Because the answer is multiple languages, and language relates to people. Yes or no? Language relates to people. If you can hear a song and relate to a song that you understand, nothing like it. Also, there are other international languages which I'm doing to connect with people. So more the number of languages, more the coverage, and nobody has more languages or more genres than Lil V.
So basically you're capturing different demographics based on different languages.
Exactly.
Nice. So how do you think you're better or you're more popular than Badshah or Honey Singh?
So the question is absolutely correct, because end of the day in music, popularity is a measurement. But no, I'm not more popular than Badshah or anything in the Indian subcontinent. But do you think in a small village in Germany, anybody knows Badshah? Do you think in a small village in Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, anybody knows them? Nobody knows them, but they listen to my script. There are thousands of streams that you have seen in Venezuela, Colombia, even Thailand for that matter. So it's about the coverage. Their coverage is only local. My coverage is global. And that is my whole point.
Alright. So bro, enough talks about music. What do you do apart from music? How do you spend your days? How do you plan your weekends? Tell me something more about your personal life.
So, I'm a family man. I got kids, I got a wifey, got to take care of them. But yeah, if I do get time, I like to cook. I like to cook for my family, my friends. I cook all kinds of food, Indian, continental, European, whatever you name it. I cook everything. And that is my desire to cook food for everybody. And cooking is one of the things. Also, let's go out trekking, cycling, philanthropy. These are some things I do.
You are an ardent traveler.
I belong to the mountains. I'm actually a mountain guy. And I've been doing a lot of songs out there. Now I'm going to be doing a development because of the floods out there. So I'm going to go back to Himachal to take care of the situation out there, help those peoples. The village, a particular village out there, they've adopted me and I've been missing in action as a pain. So I'm going to go back to Himachal.
So you mean to say your next trip is to the hills?
To the hills, to Himachal, and I'm gonna help them build the school. I'm gonna start teaching out them. I've been teaching in Chalal for a long time. I get to come back for my work, for my familia, but I think I'm gonna go back now.
That's great, dude. 10 on 10 on those CSR activities. So, bro, I've been getting to know you since we've been asking questions. How do you think the most hit song you've ever made till date, Banjara? Where did you get the inspiration for that? How did you make it? Tell us a little about that.
See, Banjara is something about a song that I made where I was in the mountains, and most of my time I spend in the mountains. And I see tourists coming out there for 3-4 days. They live in a hotel, and they go back happy. But that is not what a stay in hotel. A Banjara is a person who moves from one place to the other, and in the mountains, there are many tribes like that who move from one place to another, and they are my friends, and they have a very beautiful life. It is just the myth that they don't. Banjaras are not treated well, but it's nothing like that. It is the way of life they've chosen, and one day finally I also want to be a Banjara, and after that my whole goal in my life is to become nothing, is to be a zero. A Banjara is a person of the nature.
So you mean to say a Banjara is a vagabond basically who does as his will likes and he does what he wants basically.
A vagabond with family responsibilities, sheep, cattle, everything.
Okay, so you're going back to the farms now.
Back to the farms, I'm already a farmer. Whenever I go, I take care of my cattle. My cattle loves me. It's just that the city life has owned me right now. I'm trying to get out of it.
Tell us more about it. I have seen your terrace gardens and you are a lot into farming bonsai trees or basic vegetables that we find. So tell us more about it. How did you find this culture interesting? Like
The thing is that see, I've been a farmer always. I've been a mountain person. Even in the mountains, there is a village that has adopted me, and whenever I go there, I mean, really, there is no expense. The problem is whenever I go there, it's difficult to come back because the villages out there, my folks out there, they don't let me come back. It's not my blood relatives, but it's just that somehow I built a connection out there in Himachal, and somewhere I think it is my mother's land, Parvati Ma, and my father, Lord Shiva. As you know, that I don't consider myself biological. So, Lord Shiva is my father and Parvati Ma is my mother. Whenever I go there, I just don't have to spend any money. Everything is there. And happiness is in every breath. Here in the city, you have to struggle for happiness and spend money for happiness. But there, you find happiness just by doing nothing.
That's just well put and beautiful, man. Mountains definitely have a different and a beautiful connect. And coming back to the point, like you found your inspiration for Banjara in the hills, and it's a way that you find life. The life should lead in this perspective, like a Banjara. So, what are your different? I'm sorry to cut you off. But what are your different takes on like different kinds of music that could really help out different folks
As
who are
far
young?
as far as music is concerned, there is limitless. As you can see, I have done R&B, I have done rock, I have done folk, I have done pop, I have done metal, I have done hard rock, I have done Hindi, I have done Spanish. So I really don't feel any segregation or any bias towards anything. Anything that goes with the flow. You see, there was a time I was sitting in the mountains and there was nobody around. I was about 6,000, 7,000 feet above sea level, and there's nobody. And I just turned back and I heard these bells. I turned back and I see this cattle, this herd, sheep. They come in and they had these cattle, and I saw turn around and I see this lady. It's about to storm, and I said, "What are you doing in this rain? Why didn't you go home?" And she said, "If I'm not here, what is my cattle gonna eat?" And that is where the idea of Banjara came. See, Banjara is not just taking care of yourself; it's taking care of everybody, the planet, the trees, the mountains, the animals, everybody.
Basically, the herds that
The
move in
herds,
with you.
everybody. And it is nature. End of the day, if you can be, and we all started as Banjaras, the humankind started
Hunters
as
and
Banjaras.
gatherers.
The cities, the apartments, they made a slave of everything. Okay, so as a Banjara, the nature will take care of you, the forest will take care of you.
That's very well put. Thank you so much.